What is up, everybody? It is Sunday night. It's the late night agenda. Liverpool and Manchester City went head to head today in an epic battle in the Community Shield. I think it's fair to say it was a game of two halves. Manchester City got the better of it in a penalty shootout, but it was still a very good, intriguing game. As you can see, I'm wearing some earphones, which means one thing and one thing only. I am not on my sweetie Todd. I'm joined by Mr. Connor Crosby. Connor, how are you, sir?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm tickety-boo, mate, as always. I'm hoping that everybody can hear you. So, ladies and gents, if you could do me one quick favour, just give me a thumbs up to let me know that you can hear Connor. After that, we're all good to go. So, Connor, just give us another couple of sentences there, mate. Just if you want to sing, mate, I'm not going to stop you.
I don't think I'm going to sing, to be honest, so you won't stop me. But yeah, hopefully everyone can hear me. It's a few thumbs up there now, so I think we're good.
Cool. Right, there we go. Look, ladies and gents, let's start off by having a chat about the game today. And look, Connor, I think it's fair to say, mate, it was a bit of a game of two halves.
Yeah, City completely destroyed his first half, to be honest. And again, second half to the way around, we were way better than them. And like we could have easily won that game just from the goals we could have scored in that second half. Like I think we hit the post like 3 times and goal line clearance as well. We don't like them goal line clearances against City, do we?
Oh, don't even talk to me, mate. I don't know. Credit where it's due. Walker's one was sublime defending, I have to say. Like
play, yeah, brilliant.
The Pep Guardiola lookalike did extremely well to get back there and get that off the line. Credit where it's due. It was a good piece of defending. As you said, though, mate, we started off quite slowly. The goal that we conceded. Look, let's look at this from a couple of ways. Firstly, Leroy Sané jarred his leg in the ground, and my first concern was obviously for the player's health and the player's safety. It looked like he was okay, which is grand. He went off. Whether it's a long-term injury or not, hopefully it isn't. Hopefully he's back playing football soon. But for a free kick to be given, now the reason I'm talking about this, mate, is because the free kick led to the goal. I think it was a very soft free kick, and it's easy to say that and come across as bitter. But I'm just trying to break down the game here, and I genuinely, my first concern was for his safety, but I didn't think it was a free kick.
Nah, it definitely wasn't. And like I said, it does sound a bit salty, but even if this was a 4-1 game we'd won, we'd still be saying that was never a free. Like he just kind of stumbled over himself. There was no contact there.
Look, even in saying that, there was still situations after that led to the goal. So I'm not saying that was the reason the goal was scored. Not at all. The reason the goal was scored is because I believe we were switched off defensively. There was a diagonal ball played across. Kevin De Bruyne then, if you paused at that exact moment, there was 3 Manchester City players lined up to run across our 6-yard box. De Bruyne nods the ball back across, goes a little bit behind the players, but Sterling swivels, gets a shot, and a couple of people have been a bit critical of Alisson on this. For me, I just think it was one of those things that happened really quickly, and I find it difficult to blame the keeper.
Yeah, like I think a lot of keepers wouldn't have even got down as well as he did, to be fair. Like you can't really blame him, but he got down to it, couldn't get down just quick enough, kind of bounced off him into the goal. No, you can't blame him there. Poor defending for that.
Starting to see some things in the chat that I want to move on to in a little while that isn't around the game. Talking about Simon Mignolet and a potential deal. We spoke about moving to Bruges. I see a lot of people in the chat mention it. Can somebody do a bit of research on this for me, because it wasn't happening?
I just have here Paul Joyce. Paul Joyce just confirmed it.
Well, there you go. Is this the real Paul Joyce?
Set to join Club Bruges. Yeah, real Paul Joyce. Set to join Club Bruges. Liverpool will look to sign a new number 2, and the fee is 7 million, rising to 9 with achievable bonuses.
Okay, well, we'll move on to that in a couple of minutes. Thank you, Connor, for clearing that up. And, Paul, the reason I asked was it the real Paul Joyce is because, as you know, Connor, I have not seen a more faked account than Paul Joyce's account.
Yeah, the fact that he's not verified doesn't help.
It is weird, isn't it? Like one of the most reliable journalists on Twitter, and he isn't verified. It is mad.
Yeah, and even the picture as well is so iconic, it's so recognisable. So everyone just, if you see that anywhere, you instantly think it's him.
Yeah, and look, ladies and gents, we will move on to that later on. Don't worry, we've got a nice long stream ahead of us. I just wanted to concentrate on the game first and do a bit of a review. So as Connor was saying there, the goal, I don't blame Alisson on it. It did look a bit fucked up, and if you put it in slow motion, it looked like he tried to paw it away with his hand as well and just couldn't quite get there. But look, it is what it is. I'm more of the mindset, Connor, that it was poor defending from us. We were switched off, we weren't paying attention. So maybe a bit of ball watching going on, and City capitalised on it.
Yeah, was this the one where Salah was like running back and he kind of played someone off on side? Am I remember that correctly?
Yeah, well, he didn't really play him on side, but yeah, that was the for me. It was just a well-timed run from De Bruyne, and it was just Salah tracking him more than playing him on side. I think the real problem there for me was Was nobody
Sorry,
tracking the three
everyone else that kind of
runners.
stepped up, I think.
Yeah, nobody tracked the three runners in. And then it was just left with De Bruyne to knock it back across. And look, it was what it was. But what I was impressed with was how we responded after that. We slowly started to settle into the game. In the first half, I think Manchester City did shade it, did deserve to go in with a 1-0 lead. They seemed to overrun our midfield at times, but as I said, I do think that we progressed as the half went on, Connor. And going into half time, I was seeing signs of optimism for the Reds.
Yeah, we did start to grow into the game. I think lads are a bit sloppy still. Like even like Salah and Firmino, they hadn't played much. But I thought Firmino was very good. He had was like just ready to start. He kind of flicked the ball over Walker's head and got a shot away. Like he looked very sharp for a player who hasn't played much in the last few weeks.
Yeah, how he managed to do that, but like he pulled it down out of the air really well, and then as you said, he flicks it over his shoulder, swivels onto his left foot, catches it on the half volley, and makes the keeper make the save. Very, very good centre forward play there from Bobby.
Yeah, very sharp considering he hasn't played much. Like, which is always
Somebody who else looked sharp, mate, but yeah, unsharp at the same time, if that makes any sense, was Mohamed Salah. His dribbling, his positioning, his running at Manchester City, I thought were all exceptional, but he just didn't bring his shooting boots with him today.
Yeah, I think apart even from his finishing, he just seemed to shoot at every single opportunity as well, which was strange. And he always went for the near post, which was very strange as well. Like, you'd always expect him to try bend it to the far post. So, do you have any thoughts on that? Like, why do you think he's been instructed to that, or is that just trying to catch the keeper out?
Yeah, it's really difficult to know, isn't it? I mean, there was a couple of situations where, yeah, you can understand maybe someone trying to be cheeky and go at the near post, but he did it on a couple of occasions in a row when it was infinitely easier to go for the far post. Now, there's a couple of trains of thought on this one. If you go for the near post and the keeper saves it, 9 times out of 10, you're going to go for a corner. If you go across the goalkeeper, you've got a chance of both the corner and the goalkeeper knocking the ball back into play, very much like what happened with Jordan Henderson's shot that Andre Ter Stegen saved and fell to Divock Origi in the Champions League semi-final. So it makes more sense usually to go across the goalkeeper.
Yeah, there's more space as well. You think obviously with more space there, it'd be easier to finish.
Yeah, it's very difficult to be critical of a player who we all idolise and a player who we know can be an absolute superstar on his day. And we're not saying this just for the sake of having a go at Mo Salah, because we love Mo Salah, but it is our right or our job as fans to come on and talk about the game the way that we've seen it today. And the first half, we created some opportunities, we missed a few, but in the second half, Connor, I think it was like night and day. I think we've seen what Liverpool are capable of and what we can do to even the best of teams, because I think we absolutely battered City in that second half.
Yeah, it was great to see, especially after the first half. We looked very dead, but it's great seeing go forward that we did manage to outplay them. I know they were missing a few players, but like so were we. But we looked so much more fit than them, which is always a good sign. Like, people will be annoyed that we didn't win the game after, but it was a great performance. I was happy enough with it.
Yeah, look, City could have had a 2-0 lead as well. We have to remember that Raheem Sterling completely shit the bed when he couldn't make up his mind whether to try and square the ball off or to go around Alisson, and he basically just ran straight into him.
Off, though.
Yes, it was good tracking back as well. And something I mentioned during the stream, and I'm guilty of this as well, forget how quick Van Dijk is.
Just such long legs. He just strides past everyone. He's very quick.
It was definitely there was definitely an opportunity there for Manchester City to go 2-0 up, so it would be false of us to just think that we just battered them the entire second half and not mention that. But we did keep knocking, we did create chances, and when the goal came, it was good to see our two centre backs involved in it.
Yeah, fucking Van Dijk assist and Matip. Like, who would have ever guessed that? Great ball back, to be fair. Good header.
Yeah, it was a lovely ball across, and Matip with a no-look header. I don't know if you've seen the freeze frame of it, but he didn't even seem to be looking. It just hit his head and went down, and it was not more than the Reds deserved to go 1-1.
Yeah, he just knows where the goal is. That's how good he is.
He is a beautiful giraffe, isn't he? Just absolutely sumptuous. Actually, his runs out carrying the ball into Manchester City half were noticeable as soon as he came on.
Yeah, I love seeing him do that. Does he even drop the shoulder or just barge through everyone? It's beautiful to look at. Like,
it's like he just puts the head down a little bit and just kind of goes, and he glides forward. It is a thing of beauty to watch. And after that, it just seemed to be a matter of if Manchester City would be able to hold on, or if Liverpool would be able to go and find that winner. And There's no denying we had a couple of opportunities. Shaqiri had one where he again went for the near post, but I want to give him a bit of leeway there because the angle of his body wasn't really conducive to him opening up his body to go back across the keeper. But Salah, the Manchester City confusion and fuck up at the back, the one that led to Kyle Walker clearing the ball off the line, Salah had a couple of opportunities there.
Yeah, it was tricky though because he was very far out and the ball had to be kind of headed, but you can't really blame him too much. But yeah, he could have finished beforehand. Like, it's hard to blame him though.
It's very hard to blame him, and there's also the train of thought of he's in the right place. You want him to be in those places. You want him to be creating those chances, and the wavelength between himself and Bobby Firmino is just sublime. I have to say, the two of them really do work well together in tandem.
Yeah, they really do. They throw Mane back in now in a few weeks as well. But yeah, Salah in the right position. Like the goals will come. Like if this is him rusty, imagine what he'd be like when he's fully fit and firing.
And Sadio as well, as you said, to drop in there. A little bit of a mixed bag from Divock today. I don't think he was involved perhaps as much as the other two were in the game. Then of course we had Oyarzabal coming on as well. Anybody else for you that made an impact there today, whether it be changes or anyone that stood out for you on the field?
Going to get slated here probably, but I thought Lallana was actually decent when he came on.
You're not the only one, mate. I've seen a couple of journalists mention the same thing, and it's okay. I mean, this is what gets me. I will openly say today I thought Jordan Henderson was dog shit. Terrible today.
He was awful.
And I've defended him and been a massive advocate of Jordan Henderson, but that doesn't mean you can't be honest, and it works this way as well. We haven't been the most enthusiastic about Lallana, but he did look quite well today when he came on, so credit where it's due.
Yeah, hopefully he can keep it up. Like people turn on him so quickly. I remember like before he got that injury a while ago, like maybe 2 years ago, like he was Klopp's favourite player probably. Now everyone just hates him for some reason. I just don't get it. I know he's not brilliant, but like it's harsh what people say about him. Like,
yeah, it's more I think a mixture of frustration because they know what he's capable of. Like a peak Adam Lallana, you've seen the clips, you remember yourself. Like a peak Adam Lallana was a joy to watch. I think it's like Sturridge. It's that frustration of knowing what he's capable of, but yet we're not seeing it, that I think leads some people to that extra sly dig at him.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Very similar to Sturridge, yeah, not hitting his peak, not hitting his top form very often.
One thing that intrigued me today, ladies and gents, was the balance in the midfield. And we'd seen what we started the game with, and then we'd seen what we ended the game with. And for me, that let us know that when we're on the front foot, our midfield almost needs to be different, Connor, than when we're trying to sit back and pick teams off. And it's going to be a very difficult job for Jurgen Klopp to know which midfield to go for in each game this season. It's the thing that intrigued me most about today's game.
It's always a good headache to have, though, isn't it? He has options there at least. We've seen, like I said, when like Ox and Lallana came on, it's a completely different kind of midfield. But even with the options,
who's this Ox lad you speak of? Who's this? He played for Arsenal? Chambo, there you go. Or AOC, although you can't really say that because of the American politician, confuses people.
Yeah. Oh, what was it? Van Dijk called him Chamberlain.
Chamberlain. Yeah, it is a headache for Jurgen Klopp, but some people think we're weak in midfield. I really think it's one of the positions where we're strong. Like Fabinho.
I don't think we're weak. I just think like our midfielders are very similar. Like today when we had Genie and Hendo, I don't like the two of them together. It's one or the other. I think with like Chambo or Lallana or whoever. Like
yeah, like if you were to list them off there, Fabinho, Milner, who wasn't available today, Henderson, Lallana, Chamberlain, Genie Wijnaldum. Who else am I missing? Sheridan Shaqiri at a push. I said Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, didn't I? Like there is different types of midfielders there. Naby Keita, obviously. How could I forget Naby? So Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Naby Keita, I think Chambo and Keita will have a very important role to play this season, particularly when we are looking to get on that front foot and go at teams and try and make something, create something from midfield.
Yeah, hopefully. Like Keita has looked sharper in it. Like it took time to settle in, but hopefully it'll be good this year. You forgot Coutinho as well when he comes back on loan. Remember that?
Has he not gone to Arsenal? Didn't they lose to Barca, by the way? I think they lost that game. I know they were 1-0 up. I think they went on to lose 2-1. Let me just check here now. Fucking live score decides to close down. 2-1, there you go.
2-1 Barca. Suarez 90.
Alex Reddo said, went to 4-2-3-1. I think that improved the performance of everybody. Stephen Mulligan is in. Right, anybody got any questions or any other bits? I know I've been ignoring the chat so far, but you know what, I've got a guest on, it is easier to talk. And, you know, Connor's more difficult to get on than any other human being because he just doesn't like you people. I don't know why. I keep telling him you're all lovely, but, you know, he's here now and he pretend that he's Mr. Nice Guy.
No, it's not personal. I just don't like people in general, you know.
Yeah, that's alright. It's a stretch. He don't want to even talk to me at times. He keeps me on WhatsApp. Do you know what I mean? He won't even have a conversation. Right, Gary Richards said, Lallana as a 6, not for me. Oxlade-Chamberlain was brilliant. Van Dijk was brilliant as well, said Gary Richards. What do you think of that whole Lallana 6 thing, Connor? Now, I think it was you or Brian that made the point to me about what type of a 6 it might be.
Yeah, I think like not a defensive 6, more like a, don't make comparisons to Jorginho or Jorginho as we call him on the channel, but that kind of like dictating play.
Say Regista, go on. Say Regista, please.
Regista.
There you go.
What do you call this? Yeah, that kind of play, like rather than a defensive, like you're not going to be playing him at defensive mid, playing Man City, like maybe when we're away at, I don't know, Aston Villa, Norwich, that kind of team, like maybe he'll play them.
Well, yeah, when we dictate possession, when we control the football, and when teams are just kind of allowing us to have the ball and sit back, you want those Cruyff turns there in midfield in the 6th position to try and free up space. And also, something that Jordan Henderson used to do in the 6 as well, one of the more positive things he did is he liked to try and keep the ball moving quickly, and I think that's what you'd get from Lallana in that position.
Yeah, it's recycling play, isn't it?
Exactly.
Like people underestimate Lallana's defensive stats as well. He's very good at pressing and just intercepting and closing people down. So he'd be good at that as well.
Yeah, well, we know his press, as you said. We know how important his press was when Klopp first came to Liverpool. Klopp signalled out him and Bobby Firmino as being the two that run our press, basically. Douglas James Horn pointing out as well, thank you for the super chat, mate, said Simon Mignolet to Club Bruges medical tomorrow. Look, we've kind of spoke about the game and we will dip back in and out of it. When Connor goes, I'll have a chat with you guys about it as well. But I want to get everybody's thoughts on this move for Simon Mignolet because, look, I haven't been Simon Mignolet or Simon Mignolet's biggest fan. I've made no secret of that. But even that being said, Connor, I think he's probably a level above Club Bruges.
Yeah, he probably is. Like I always liked him as his backup choice. He was always decent, but I suppose he just wants to play more, and you have to respect that as well. Like I won't begrudge him moving. Like I say, it's fair enough at this stage. Be interested to see who
not
we
at
get
all.
now, though.
No begrudgery at all. As you said, a player wants to play, and you got to respect that. He's 31 years of age. I think maybe heading towards 32. Knows he's not going to get much game time here. Could sit here, probably win a couple more trophies with Liverpool, get a decent wage, but much like Kleiny when he moved on at that time to Bournemouth last season, I'd never undermine a player that wants to go and play football because they have short careers and you got to respect somebody that wants to actually go out there and play.
He probably gets a bit bored. Like he obviously loves playing football, so why would he not want to go somewhere where we can actually play it?
Yeah, and I wonder, like, ladies and gentlemen, what will your memories of Simon Mignolet be at Liverpool? Will it be that fantastic penalty save that got us the points in the first game of the season? Was that against Villa? Was that Villa, his first ever game, where he saved that penalty?
I have no idea. I just knew he saved a penalty. Couldn't tell you what team.
What will your memory or abiding memories be of Simon Mignolet's time at Liverpool, mate? Apart from his distribution shy.
I think that meme of him going around just holding a pear, I think that's his best contribution.
That was a belter for meme, to be fair. Did he open a cafe or something? Was that it? He opened a cafe or something, didn't he?
Did he? I'll look at it.
I'm sure.
Do you remember
Joe
Allen was on like some chicken magazine? Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was like I want to say Vegan Weekly, but that probably isn't the name of it. But yeah, he is a vegan, Joe Allen, and there was pictures of him there with his chickens. But like, if I'm wrong, if he is a vegan, can he even have the eggs from those chickens? Like, is he literally just having the chickens for fun? Because vegans can't eat animal produce. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Which one came first?
Joe Allen.
Obviously. Joe Allen. Do you remember we turned Joe Allen into Jesus at one point with all those memes when he grew his hair out like that?
Okay, so Minilet tweeted the pair picture. He said, after today's great result, I will also hashtag share a pair to support all the fruit farmers back home. Some sort of Belgian thing.
I fucking swear somebody opened a cafe. I know so one of our players opened a fucking cafe at one point. I'm almost certain of
It's
it.
like lumbering with hotels.
And Mignolet
I
as
think
well. Or
that,
not Mignolet. Didn't Daniel Lager open some like fucking waste treatment company or something like that? Or some deep cleaning company or something. I mean, there's been some strange investments
Just cleaning up. Just cleaning up after he retires. So cleaning
That's
up at
it.
the back.
Obviously, the obvious move would have been a chain of tattoo studios there for Dagger. Like, do you know what I mean? Right, saving Rooney's penalty. Pat Moynihan reckons saving Rooney's penalty will be his abiding memory of Simon Mignolet. Craig Adams said Mignolet very forgettable. Gaming guy, again, more about penalty saves. John Hamilton makes a fair point. His professionalism is what sticks out most. And do you know what? Banter aside, it's a very good point by John Connor. He has been an utter professional during his time at Liverpool.
Yeah, he's always been very supportive of Alisson as well. You see it on, I'm not sure if he runs on social media or not, to be honest, but like, even after games in Champions League, like, you'd see Mignolet going straight to Alisson to congratulate him and everything. Like, it's brilliant.
Yeah, it is nice to see, to be fair. Also, thank you to everyone that subscribed earlier on. I don't know if you've got new people watching. I know this is a quieter stream than earlier on, but we have passed 19,500 subscribers. And if you do enjoy the content, ladies and gents, we're inching towards 20k, so please do hit that subscribe button. What else we got? Stephen Richard said, Craig, I've applied online on your behalf for the second choice goalkeeping position. I'll take it if it's on offer. Stephen, do you know what I mean?
What, did you used to play as a goalkeeper at a high level or something, was it?
It would be like peak Pepe Reina coming back in, except with a Neville Southall physique.
Interesting.
Yeah,
how many people would like that?
Except
that's
I don't have Reina distribution either, by the way. But I definitely have Neville Southall type appetite. I don't mean to be slagging off Neville Southall, by the way. I absolutely love Neville Southall, one of the greatest goalkeepers of his generation. I'm just taking the piss there, but and very good on social media as well. Neville Southall, always fighting for the underdog and the little person. So nothing but love for Neville Southall. So please, any Evertonians watching, I'm not really trying to have a go at Neville Southall. I genuinely do respect the man, but like myself, he is a bit of a fat fucker, to be fair.
Completely off topic, but did you see Arsenal's own goal earlier?
No, I try not to watch Arsenal.
Hilarious.
I try not to watch them. I
saved
saved that laughter for when we beat them. I saved the laughter when we beat them 5-0 at Anfield.
Maitland-Niles just passed it past Leno into his own goal. Fucking brilliant.
Whoopsies!
Sorry, completely off topic.
That's alright. And any little dig at Banter Club is alright with me. Mignolet's a nice person but not a top level keeper, said don't ask. What else we got? I think Flamini you're thinking of. Flamini? Why? What? I don't know if you're talking to me, Brian, there, but you fucking completely thrown me with that Flamini. Even just thinking of Matthew Flamini. The cafe. He was a Liverpool player.
No, Flamini. He owned some sort of pharmaceutical company or something, wasn't it?
I'm not sure. This stream's going in a weird direction here. I can see us basically spending the time looking up strange decisions by former footballers.
Yeah, he owns a biochemical company, does it?
There you go. Nice. Dagger definitely has something to do with a fleet of trucks. I swear to God I've seen Daniel Dagger in a fleet of trucks somewhere. Right, anyway, back on the footballing matters. The backup goalkeeper position, the number 2. Have we seen anything being tweeted about this, ladies and gents? Has Paul Joyce or anybody else come out with any possible suggestions? And please don't hate Andy Lonergan to me, anybody. Please don't. Because he was just
Cakir is coming back, I
think. Computer says no.
Yeah, probably
not. What's going to happen? I mean, there was talk of Etheridge. Did he go to Villa in the end? I think he did. If not, he was very close to going. There was talk of the keeper that was released from West Ham. Who was Adrian? That was another one. Then there was talk of Reina, who's still with AC Milan. He was involved in their game against Manchester United. I think he came off the bench.
Dave Maddock was saying. Dave Maddock saying we're looking at Adrian and Neil Etheridge.
Yeah, see, both Adrian makes sense to me. I mean, Adrian's a decent backup goalkeeper. He's available on a free. Not that I think we should be penny pinching here, by the way, but Adrian's decent enough, mate. I don't know how you'd feel about having Adrian come in as a backup keeper.
Yeah, because that's about as good as we can hope for, I think, because pretty much any keeper that comes in knows they're never going to dislodge Alisson in the first team. So they're
He
going to
kind
sit
of
on
has
the
a
bench. And that's
Mignolet
it.
head as well.
Nah, it's a bit thinner, isn't it? It's
A
not
little
round.
bit. I mean, Mignolet does have a Harry Maguire-esque style head, like, but yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. I mean, Kloppo did come out, and I'll touch on it later on, and say basically there will be nothing happening. Mossy Hyo said he wants Neil Etheridge. Reina would be ideal, said Alex Redo. Pepe Reina as well for Pre. Don't Fraser Forster, please no. Somebody meant David Newell mentioned it. And do you know, David, it was mentioned in the media as well a couple of days ago, but the first thing I want him to do is allow James Milner to knock him out if he comes in. If we end up signing Fraser Forster, he has to allow Milner one cheap shot for that kicking up the penalty spot incident. I'll never forgive him for that. Never. How dare he kick up that penalty spot? Oh, it was. And the ref to just stand there and watch as well. I don't know who the ref was, but I'm blaming Martin Atkinson because I'm in that kind of a humour today. I fully believe it was Atkinson. If it wasn't him, it was Kevin Friend. Bring in Stephen Cluxton. Bring in Stephen Cluxton.
Why not?
And Dublin might have a thing to say about that. Dublin now in the semi-finals of the All-Ireland again, but sure, that's just standard procedure, isn't it, at this moment in time?
What about Kelleher, do you think?
Yeah, Caoimhín Kelleher, I've said this long. I know myself and Brian Morrissey have disagreed on this, but I believe Caoimhín Kelleher could absolutely step up into that role. Grabara went back out on loan, didn't he? If memory serves me correct.
I think so.
Jamal George went. I think we sent him off somewhere. I can't remember what club he signed for. Caoimhín Kelleher is out for, I don't know how much longer, but he was out for 6 weeks after a wrist operation. I believe he broke his wrist at the end of last season or something, or during pre-season. So he was out for 6 weeks. I think he might only be a couple of weeks perhaps into that 6 weeks. So what do you do then? If Klopp believes in him, do you roll the dice for 4 weeks and hope Alisson doesn't get injured? And I don't know. There was a young keeper on tour with us as well, wasn't there? I can't remember the guy's name now. Played some minutes.
Lonergan.
As well as... Huh?
Andy Lonergan.
Yeah, no, I said young, mate. Andy Lonergan makes me look young.
I can't remember who it was, to be honest. A lot of people are saying Pepe Reina on tour.
Patrick Berger owns a sloth. Please tell me that's true.
A sloth?
Like Paddy Berg. A sloth, like a monkey. One of those type of things.
A sloth's not a monkey.
A sloth is a monkey.
No, it's not.
It fucking is. It has to be part of the monkey family. Fuck this, hang on. Ladies and gents, we need your help. Sloth. Right, Google. Sloths are arboreal mammals noted for slowness of movement, speeding across most. If the hang-ups are down for trees, they're a motherfucking monkey, mate. I'm sorry.
Sloths are Xenartha, according to this, and monkeys are Primata. So
their class is Mammalia. If you hang from a tree and shit and scratch your arse, you're a monkey. Basically. And my wife won't allow me to have a monkey.
You're a monkey then, pretty much.
My wife won't allow me. I asked her could I have a helper monkey many, many moons ago, and she's just not playing ball.
Don't think you're qualified to have a helper monkey, though, are you?
Yeah, wait and we fucking rock up to the flight to Florida, mate, and I'm there with my fucking assistant's monkey. Nappy and all on the little chap, ready to go for the long flight. Monkey struggling with a backpack full of Diet Coke.
Pete will be after.
Fuck them. Right, what else we got? Why not give the third keeper from Cork a go? Said Declan Kearney. Etheridge still at Cardiff City, said Negev. Thank you for that one, mate. I know he was looking close to a move to Aston Villa. I mean, how many players have Villa signed in this window? 12 or 13, I think, so far. Where was Etheridge was an international player for again? Wasn't it?
Philippines,
the Philippines, that's it, is the Philippines, yeah. So would he be our first Filipino international player if he signed? I can't remember any other Filipino internationals that played for Liverpool. I do like to tick off all these boxes. A sloth is a bear. A fucking bear.
It's not a bear.
Come on. It's not a bear, mate. Monkeys' cousins. There you go. They're cousins to the monkeys, said Tom Boland, and I trust Tom Boland. Bats hang off trees. They're monkeys as well. Clearly. They're just flying monkeys.
What about cats stuck up in trees? Are they monkeys?
No, they're just still pricks, mate, to be fair. Fuck cats. Hashtag team dogs all the way.
Hashtag vegan cat.
Oh, people won't know. A lot of people probably won't know what vegan cat is, but Just
look it up.
Google vegan cat Joe Rogan and you'll get that one quick enough. Craig in on the duty-free diet, chav. There isn't any, mate. Do you know what I mean? You actually get robbed when you go to, as you all know, when you go to the airport and you get through. So basically go, no, you can't bring any of your stuff through, but when you get through on the other side, promise you we're going to rob you blind. Promise you. True story. We were in Turkey and we met a family over there and they were travelling back and the son wanted to go and get something in Subway. So when we got through Dalham Airport, there was a Subway, a McDonald's, I think maybe a Burger King, a Popeye or a Chick-fil-A, something like that anyway. So we went up to Subway and he got himself a foot long and a drink meal and whatever you get with that, a cracker crisp or something. And then somebody else went to McDonald's and I shit you not, I'm telling you the truth, 18 fucking euro, mate. 18 euro for a foot long Subway with a drink and a packet of crisps in the airport. Robbing bastards.
You paid this?
Me fuck. My children were looking at me. I'd be like, you're gonna be some hungry sons of bitches right here now. Get over there and share that bottle of water. There's no fucking way. Me, 18 euro. Even if I had half a mouthful of it, I'd still spit it back into the wrapper and pass it back across. 18 euro.
You'd be better off just eating the actual cash. You probably get more over.
Gee, 18 euro. Like, I'm not joking. 18 euro. 18 fucking euro. And it was the same, I think. I remember going to, yeah, I think I said this to you before. We were in Turkey before with a couple that we travelled over with, and they went into Burger King and they got 2 Whopper meals and it was 36 euro or something. Like, fuck. Imagine trying to pull that in Dublin Airport.
I'd rather starve. I would never pay that for it. Like.
So would I. Full disclosure, I did pay $2.50 for a can of Diet Coke. Full disclosure. And when I say one, I mean 3.
Are they in 253 times or 250 for 3?
No, it's in 253 times.
You must be balling in money then, like.
I've got that YouTube money. Do you know what I mean?
Then again, fucking Dublin, €8 for a pint. Fuck that.
I can honestly say in the last 15 years I've never bought a pint or a drink in Dublin Airport other than a can of Diet Coke in the fucking in Boots or whatever, W.H. Smith or whatever it is. Anyway, we digress, ladies and gentlemen. For a Subway, what the fuck, said Robert. I know, mate. I know. There was children nearly crying, parents going, fuck, what the fuck, right off. I remember one mother actually having to explain to her son why 10 quid for 2 cans of something was unacceptable, and the son's looking and go, you miserable bitch. And I'm with the mother going, yeah, I'm with you. Let little fucker starve. 10 for 2 cans. Nah, and that was before we even went through security. So as we were queuing up to go through security, he wanted those 2 cans, which would have been taken off him in about 20 feet anyway.
That's robbery, though. That's like Maguire going to for 80 million levels robbery.
It is, and that's not even adjusting for inflation. Do you know what I mean? That is just daylight robbery, full stop.
It's just shithousery.
Mo said Bruno fee agreed apparently. And where's this and who is this for? Because
Cop World's for us.
I checked the other day. That account hasn't tweeted in about 2 months or something. Because they were fully on board that. Huh? Before that, like 5th, go back. Big break, yeah. Fucking July 5th, a month ago. And then all of a sudden, and I think all that account has tweeted over the course of the summer is about Bruno Fernandes going to Liverpool. Now, United, apparently it's not happening there. Spurs, it was between Lo Celso and him to go there. I don't know what's the situation. But look, Fernandes isn't coming to Liverpool. It just isn't happening.
I wonder, is our good friend tweeting about it?
He is playing, I believe, in his farewell match, or what's believed to be his farewell match tonight in the Portuguese Super Cup against, is it Benfica they're playing tonight in that? Or Porto, I don't know who it is, but this Super Cup's on anyway.
Who's playing?
Fernandes. I believe that's his goodbye match. I think it was kicking off at 8:45 tonight in the Super Cup. I'm just trying to see now who it's against. Benfica Sporting, and it's 1-0 to Benfica as things stand. Stephen Booker said once paid the equivalent of £7.50 for a pint in Copenhagen, and that was in the late 90s. Jesus. Excuse me, that is Mossy said Mo don't lie, buddy. I don't know what that's about, but I would not accuse Mohamed Salah of being a liar now. Nagab said 7 million for which? What's this? Oh, for Mignolet. Sorry, it must be for Mignolet.
7 rising to 9.
Spurs just agreed to sign Lo Celso. There you go. I knew it was one or the other there.
So we're getting Fernandes then, what you're saying.
I haven't watched too much of that Lo Celso dude. I know Real Betis were hoping to move players on after signing Fekir, and they did move on Firpo, signed for Barcelona, 18 million I believe, rising to 25 million now if they've moved Lo Celso on as well. I can imagine that's a nice chunk of money for them. Do Craig and Connor have a team in fantasy football? I can't find them. Yes, I do, without a shadow of a doubt. I'm in both of them. And we do have 2 leagues. I forgot to mention that. We have a normal fantasy league, and we've started a head-to-head league as well. Let me just put the 2 codes in. Actually, I'm going to send them to you, Connor. Can you type them in at your end? Let me just WhatsApp them to you, because it'll take me about 15 minutes, 7 mistakes to actually post it into the chat. So bear with me 2 seconds. Right. There you go. I've sent you both codes. Yeah, so we have a head-to-head league, and we have an original Anfield Agenda league as well. And if somebody's good enough... The original one is the DO1999 one, yeah.
Okay.
The one that says H2H is the head-to-head one. Yeah, if anybody's good enough to win both of them, you get a little bonus. And by little, I mean quite nice. I don't know what the prizes are yet, or we're talking probably LFC vouchers to do whatever you want with. But if you win both of them, then you get a bonus as well, because you deserve it. I mean, I'm not expecting these to be top half.
If you win both, Craig said he'll bring you Florida with him. For 3 weeks.
I mean, we've had this joke about Connor going to space camp, and look, it's fucking happening. Do you know what I mean? Tell the truth now, Connor. I don't want people to think I'm making this up. Did you or did you not buy a couple of NASA products already?
I did. Bought a NASA t-shirt and a bucket hat of all things.
I won't even tell you what he WhatsApped me one day, ladies and gents, about wanting to go to IKEA. Fucking IKEA over in Florida.
IKEA bucket hats, lads.
He wanted a $2.79 IKEA bucket hat, and he thinks I'm going to drive out of my way to find an IKEA in Florida. And you think I'm the lunatic behind this channel? I pretend that Connor's the tech guy, but like everybody else, he's a tech guy, but he's a bit fucking away with the fairies.
Oh, I'm a complete weirdo. I'll never deny that.
Right, so the original league code there, Connor's put in, it's DO1999 lowercase. So DO is in Delta Oscar 1999, and then the head-to-head league. Say again?
No, I didn't. I thought I left out. Did you?
Now the head-to-head league code is the number 9 lowercase R for Romeo, H for Hotel, the number 2, the number 9 lowercase B for Bravo. Hope you can join both. And best luck to everybody, because I'm going to be shit in it, as I always have been honest about from day one. I'll be like Everton. I'll pretend that I'm going to do all right. Some people will big me up during pre-season, but then when it comes to the crunch, I'll just be shit.
I'd probably just forget to play after about week 3, to be honest.
Yeah. Look, did you hear the excuses? At least I'm being honest about being shit. He's already just trying to make excuses about forgetting.
If I'm doing well, I'll keep playing.
Trust me, if Connor or Brian Morrissey are winning this by the end, the league will be accidentally deleted at some point. Oh, sorry, I don't know what happened there. Because I'm not going to lie. And Brian, you're listening, I know you. Brian's been giving himself Billy Big Bollocks. Oh, I've been in leagues with 200 in them and won them before. Have you? Time to man up, Brian. Time to man up, mate.
Brian sounds like he'd be great at Football Index, doesn't he?
Football Index is very intriguing. Not something I want to get into, because I want to get the patter down and I want to get the correct graphics and I want to be gamble aware and all the right stuff. But yes, Football Index. Keep an eye out for it. We're going to be in a Football Index segment coming up in the next few days on the channel. It's going to be a regular thing. Hope you guys enjoy it. We'll also be doing a Fantasy Premier League show that Brian's going to be involved in. I think we're going to do the first one, I think on Tuesday. Connor, I think myself and Brian said we're going to try and get the first one done.
Nice. Look forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, I underestimated how much people were up for it, and we had a little chat about it yesterday, and the people in the chat were all for it. So yeah, absolutely, sounds good to me. I'll just come on every week and say why I'm going to be shit that week, and it'll come to fruition.
You're good at predicting that, just not good at predicting who's going to play well.
I'm awful at it. Honestly, I'm definitely one of these lads as well that ends up playing his first wild card in the first 2 weeks, without a doubt.
I hate playing, because I always hate having to, like, you know, if you had like a Man United player in this score, you're kind of happy you got points, but then you feel dirty for celebrating the fact that it scored.
Oh, it's Franz giving out some tips now. He said, lads, I'll be picking a team's penalty taker for points, because the more potential penalties with VAR. Look at this. This is the type of level of shithousery I'm talking about. Well in, Fran. These are the details I miss, mate. This is why.
What I
Huh?
usually do is pick like say Salah. He's like basically a striker, but he's listed as a midfielder. So I pick players like that because they're more likely to score and get more points for being different position on fantasy league.
Oh, look at this. All I usually try and do is pick four attacking fullbacks or something when I'm picking
Yeah,
my
that's it.
defensives. Um,
Or
yeah,
look for
it's
combos. Like if it's always Trent to Mane, if that's a common thing, have both of them, then you're getting shitload of points when that happens.
oh, I didn't know that. Thank you for that insight. See, this is why I'm shit. I don't pick up on these things. I have a question for everybody in the chat and for Mr. Crosby. Genuinely, are you the type of people who won't pick Everton or Manchester United players out of spite when you're playing fantasy Premier League, or do you pick them and just hope nobody cops on and calls you on it? Connor, how about you?
Don't be picking any Everton player because they're fucking shocking. Man
Well, to
United
be fair,
players,
like
maybe
there's
one
an
or two.
argument to be made for Lucas Digne if you're looking for a fullback, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. No, I wouldn't have a problem picking them. It's just like I said, I feel dirty when I celebrate getting points from like,
That is the hard part, isn't it? When you're looking and you've got like say United playing Bournemouth and you've got fucking I don't know, let's say somebody was stupid enough to pick Lukaku. You had Lukaku last season and he was playing and you're like, oh god, I feel filthy here, wanting him to score because I really want United to get relegated.
yeah, it might be a bit of a unrealistic dream, but yeah, you do feel a bit weird when you start celebrating them scoring.
Peter Van der Shan said, tried sports trading once. I was rubbish at it. I've said I've played I have used Football Index for about a year, and I've always found it to be intriguing to say the least. It is. I tell you what, it's. I found it. This is just my experience of it. It's very hard to fucking lose money. To be fair, if you've any type of wherewithal about you whatsoever, I've always found it. And now I've not got to say I've made a lot of money, but it's been fairly steady. So I'm looking forward to getting into those shows and talking about it with everybody. But look, I will hang off for Thursday till we have all the correct information and stuff. But do keep an eye out for it because it will be a regular segment moving forward. Opinions on the Paddy Power unsponsored campaign. It's a fair point, Alex. We haven't really spoke about it. Connor, I think you probably know what we're talking about here. Whose jersey was it that they put the big diagonal fucking ridiculous Paddy Power bridesmaids hen party
Huddersfield,
sash?
isn't it?
Yes, Huddersfield. And then we all knew that there was something behind it, and then it came to the point where they said that it's just to highlight that jerseys are nicer without a company sponsor on them, and that companies should be willing to pay hundreds of millions to sponsor clubs and then just not have their name anywhere on the jersey. What's your thoughts on that?
Like you said to me, like they're not going to do it. Imagine like if our sponsors or City sponsors, they're not going to spend. They're going to be spending ridiculous money, so they're definitely not going to go with it. I think the sponsors kind of add to the shirts at times as well. Like I've seen pictures floating around of like the top six in the Premier League, all the shirts photoshopped without sponsors, and they just look a bit plain. Like even like the old Carlsberg shirts always look class. Just adds to it.
Yeah, to give credit today, Manchester City shirt, the retro looking 125 euro, that looked quite smart, I have to say. That did look well today. But you're right, the candy shirts, the crown paint shirts, even if you're talking about old Chelsea, they had Commodore if you go back a very long time. And sometimes, yeah, you're right that the club sponsor does add to the shirt. And another point I'd like to make on this, I suppose, is that it's easy for a Championship or League One club who are getting probably 1/10 of the amount of money for sponsorship to ask their sponsors to maybe not put their name on the shirt. But you try doing that to somebody who's giving you 60, 70, 80 million quid a year and try and sell that to them.
This is not going to happen.
No, it isn't. It absolutely isn't. Like, it is an interesting piece of PR yet again by Paddy Power, and they are the masters at it. And I do bow down to them for their PR skills. But as a whole idea, I don't think at the top level it's ever going to happen.
No, not a chance. Unless they're like renaming stadiums year by year or something ridiculous like that instead.
Yeah, that's true.
Or like the hoarding around the side of the pitch or something like that.
Yeah, it's a fair point. I mean, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And I knew straight away because somebody pointed out to me that there's specific dimensions that the sponsor's logo have to reach, and the Huddersfield shirt was way above and beyond. So you could tell from minute one that it was a wind up and that they were doing it for some reason.
Yeah, you said that to me straight away. You said it was probably some sort of marketing gimmick or even if it wasn't, it was just to get publicity for just being controversial. Like,
A couple of people asking, can they join the fantasy leagues? Of course, they're absolutely open to everybody, whether you're a Liverpool fan or not. The leagues are there for everyone just to come in, have a bit of fun, a bit of banter, and the codes have gone in. If you need them again, just let Connor know and he'll do his best to put them in the chat. I'm going to keep saying that because it's Connor, not me, and I don't have to do it, so it's great.
it's passing all the work to me.
It's great, yeah, it's brilliant. I love that. So you said to me the other day, imagine having a fucking, what was it, a PA.
PA.
Oh, God, if I ever had a PA, God help them. Honestly, they'll probably end up smashing a bottle over my head in a week.
You go through with 15 of them a year.
Yeah, definitely, and then end up paying the person that actually sticks at it more than I'm getting paid because they'll have earned it. Roberto said, United fans are so salty right now. It's fucking brilliant, isn't it? It is brilliant. And just a reminder, speaking of Manchester United fans, tomorrow night, 9 p.m, Mr. Goldbridge is joining myself for a chat. We're going to have a look at the transfer market. We're going to have a look at the season. Going to get Mark's thoughts on obviously Liverpool's transfer activity, United transfer activity, and we'll look over the Premier League as a whole. And it's always fun, Connor, to have Mark on for a chat.
Yeah, he's a class act. It's always good to have him on.
Yeah, and behind the scenes, I've always said to people, behind the scenes, he's been very helpful to us as well. Any questions we've ever had, any little bits of advice or information we've needed, Mark has always made himself available to us and been nothing but a gentleman.
Yeah, like, we're not stuck up to him or anything. He's literally just a really nice fella.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you guys know us at this point, particularly me. If I don't like somebody, I'll call them. I mean, I mistakenly called out Goldbridge for a long time until I got to know him and then realised, shit, do you know what? I judged this gentleman wrong. He's a really nice fella. Who was holding onto all the seats today? Said Papandu. Yeah, it's a real bugbear of mine, Connor, that when you've got a game at Wembley like that, I think they're called the Club Wembley seats or whatever the posh ones are, so many of them empty, and even if they aren't empty, for the first 5-10 minutes after half time, because they're in there fucking quaffing sandwiches and eating foie gras and lashing down fucking bubbly, that they're laid back to their seats, and it looks shit in the television.
Yeah, because they're at the prime seats that you do see on the TV. So it does look shit. It looks like the place is half empty, even though it's only like one section, but it does look awful.
What's this? SAN3 Bork said, would you ever do a collab at Redmen? Yes, mate. Look, our door is open. Our door is open all the time to anybody who wants to come and have a chat with us. We're nice people, I promise. Love to kick off the Tories of England having a go with us booing the national anthem, said Antico. Look, I'm not a Scouser. So, and I'm not really somebody who's involved in politics, so it isn't really my place to talk about that. But so I'll leave that be if that's okay. Craig, breaking news: Lonergan won't be getting a contract. We're in the market for a number 2. Thank fuck for that. No disrespect to Andy Lonergan, but it was made clear when Lonergan joined the pre-season tour of America that he was there to provide training support to Mignolet and the other goalkeepers, because Alisson was still on holidays after winning the Copa America with Brazil. Antico said Goldbridge is sound. Gary Richards said Goldbridge is a real football man. Indeed he is. Did you see his video? The fucking treadmill video, Connor? That's got like 1.6 million views on his Twitter account now.
Was it actually?
Yeah, maybe more at this point.
Brilliant.
It was 1.6 million last I checked. I actually had to message him one day and say, congratulations, Mark, your video hit 1 million there. And he goes, oh, did it? I didn't even notice. Like, I would literally be on the phone to you counting that shit down, like.
You're messaging me every 2 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, make more accounts, Connor. Quick, create more accounts. Subscribe, hit that button. Right, Etheridge got injured against Wigan yesterday, said Dan Moon. I did not know that, Dan. I did not know that, mate. Thank you for that information. Did you know his real name is Mark?
Alex McCarthy.
Did you know his real name is Mark Goldbridge? Yes, it's Brent de Cesar or Brent de Caesar, or whichever way you want to pronounce it. I believe he said that in True Geordie, wasn't it, Connor?
Yeah, on the kickoff.
So I still call him Mark. Even when I message him, I still call him Mark. It's because, I don't know, I don't want to say that's his stage name, but that is his professional name, so that's what I will call him. Or actually, I always call him Mr. Goldbridge when I'm talking about him on here. I'm old. No, I'm not older than him. He's older than me. Yeah, so that's why I call him Mr. Goldbridge. He's older than me. That's all, I fucking love saying that, actually, because I thought for years that he was a couple of years younger than me, but it turns out he's actually older than me, Connor.
Yeah, no offense, but he really doesn't look older than you. You look way older than him.
Go fuck yourself, is my answer to that, mate. No, he does, to be fair. But I think he's 39, something around that mark. And in good nick, to be fair, for 39. I mean, I genuinely think I look alright for my age, but you're right, he does look younger than me. Credit where it's due.
Yeah, most people don't. Most people don't know Craig's like 26, though.
Yeah, I've just had a hard innings, like. It must be all that YouTube money he just rubs on his skin, moisturises himself, he grinds up £50 notes or something. And then uses the tears of all the virgins that he's wound up on Twitter and just rubs it into a paste.
Oh, fuck's sake.
We had a few brilliant near misses today. VVD for Mino. Salah said Bernadette. Yeah, we created lots of opportunities today and probably should have won the game. Boya is in the chat. Anthony, have we got some good news there? Have we done it? Have we hit the 1k mark? Anthony was really close yesterday, Connor. I think he was 20 something away from getting that 1,000 subscribers.
Nice. Definitely deserves that.
LFC Man said Craig is 75 out of 100, mate. That's very kind of you. I mean, to be fair, that is very kind of you. Rate me as a 7.5 out of 10. I mean, thank you.
That's pretty good, yeah.
That's how I'm taking that comment anyway. What's this? Hi Craig, what a game versus City, said Morton. Wonderful second half by the Reds. Hats off for that clearance from Kyle Walker. Yeah, it was a very intriguing game of football, and second half definitely much better than the first for the Reds. You'll be telling me next that Craig is the stage name. No, Peter, honestly, mate, I'm not fucking clever enough to have thought ahead and done that. Craig is my real name. Craig Holden is absolutely my real name.
His real name is Joe Blogs.
Yeah, I'm not clever enough to have come up and thought of that, to be fair. I wonder what I would do if I could come up with a name, what I would come up with. It would have to be like Max Power or something, wouldn't it? It would have to be.
When do we tell people what my real name is then?
I don't know, that's completely your choice, Charlene. I'll leave that up to yourself. Boy is on 987 subscribers. 987. And Steve is Retro Unilimbs on 999 fucking subscribers. Holy shit, ladies and gents. If I can ask you a favour for one moment. Boya, Steve, Retro Unilimb, both of them. Hitting 1,000 subscribers does open up a few things, Connor. I was trying to explain this to people last night, but then I realised quite quickly how stupid I am. It opens up being able to go live on your phone, doesn't it? And it opens up being able to apply for monetization.
Yeah. Monetization and live and a few other things as well. But they're the main two.
I know with monetization there is also another thing, you have to hit a certain amount of watch time, but I'm sure both these gentlemen will have hit those numbers as well. Right, a couple of people saying they've subbed. Brilliant, Steve, you've gone past 1,000, mate. Congratulations to you. 1,001, well in. Now let's get Boya there, ladies and gents. How many people are watching as we speak? 278. Nice quiet stream tonight, which is good. But if any of those people can help out, what do you need, Boya? 20 something? Not even 20 something, 12 or something, wasn't it? Go over there and sub Boya. There he is. Look, the link has gone in there as well. Connor's posted in. Sub to Boya and sub to Retro Unlim. I still say Unilim. How the fuck, after all this time, Steve's been here since day one nearly of the channel, and I'm still calling him Retro Unlim or Retro Unilim. Still can't get it right. Thank God you told me your name was Steve, mate, and I remembered that. Craig's
I always
real
feel
name.
offended when I'm on here, actually.
Why?
Yeah, it always seems to be really quiet when I'm on.
Well, nobody knew you were coming on, to be fair, so I don't think we can blame you on this one.
Do people come in, just hear me and they're like, oh, fuck this, and go off again?
Craig's real name is Chris Hunt. Actually, do you know what? No, I'd probably used Clint. If I was to come up with a fake, I'd probably use Clint and put the L and the I very close together.
Really close.
That's probably what I'd do if I'm being honest. Right, what else have we got? Craig, I was happy with the second half today. Positive performance after pre-season, said Mark Meehan. What else have we got? Craig, what's your opinion on people calling Salah shit? My mate who's a Liverpool fan is just adamant that he's the worst player in the world. Your mate is a moron, with all due respect, Bagsy. I'm not calling it as it is. I mean, whatever you think about maybe being a little bit overhyped or about him not being great, but to say that he's shit and be adamant about it, call him the worst player in the world, that's just silliness. Absolute silliness. Yeah, look, I don't know what else to say. I don't know, Connor, if you want to add to that. I mean, I think this is just an attention-seeking comment from somebody.
Yeah, it's not even worth replying to.
Whoops, too late.
There's a difference between me and you. You like to give out.
I'm definitely the type of person who says stuff before he thinks it through. 100%. Like, I've done it with comments as well. I've read out comments and not realised till I'm like 3/4 of the way through that I shouldn't be reading out that comment. But I go all in. Do you know what I mean? I don't hold back.
No half measures.
Boya said that Leicester are interested in Aki, which would be a clever piece of business. I mean, a good young up and coming centre back, plenty of Premier League experience already. Does have some faults to his game, Aki, but he is still developing, so would be a decent piece of business, Connor, for Leicester City to go and get Aki in.
Yeah, it'd be a good sign. I always like him. He always plays well when we play against Bournemouth. Or was he at Chelsea at one point when we were playing him? He always seems to play well
He
against
was a
us.
Chelsea player, and then I think he scored for Bournemouth against us.
Yeah, and that
at one point
4-3
as
wasn't it?
well.
I think scored in that game.
Got a cool
Just
haircut
down
as well,
Bournemouth.
to be fair. Aki
He does.
have a cool haircut.
Good player. Good player.
Stephen Booker said Craig's real name is Clint Trust. There you go. Facts are facts. Can't argue with facts.
Fuck's sake.
Right, Mr. Crosby, how are you on time? I'm very mindful of the fact that it's 10:30.
Yeah, I might go on a minute there, sure. Stay for a few minutes.
Right, what else we got? Boy is getting close, by the way. What are we, 986? 14 to go for Anthony.
990. I have it up here on Social Blade, 990.
990. Only 10 subscribers left to go for Anthony. Ladies and gents, if you can do one thing today, please do go and subscribe to Boy's channel and Steve's as well. But Steve's already hit the 1k, so congratulations to him. Right, Will said Mignolet to Club Brugge for 6.4 million. Yeah, we touched on it earlier on, mate, and I did mention it on last night's stream as well that it was a possibility. Although, being honest, Connor, I didn't think we would have enough time to get a replacement, so I didn't think that was something that the club would sanction.
Yeah, it was weird actually because Mignolet was only tweeting like 10 hours ago saying that like the Community Shield was going to be the first trophy opportunity of the season and all this. He's gone like 5 hours later. Like he's actually been a video on Club Brugge's Twitter now of him already. Like,
wow, they actually managed to find some good footage of him.
No, it's him like in Bruges saying, I didn't listen to it, but I'm presuming he's saying like, "Hi, I'm here at the club," like that kind of thing.
Do you reckon that was pre-done, or do you reckon he literally left Wembley like in his tracksuit and just fucking went off, jumped on a private jet over to Bruges and got that done?
I don't know.
Is it weird that I'm impressed of the editing being done that quickly? If that's the case, that it was out and edited and all that quickly.
That's not much editing we've heard. It's literally 10 seconds off his phone.
Oh, right,
So I think
fair enough.
Probably was all this done the last like.
I'm delighted to be here at, where is it I am again? Bruges, yeah, go Team Bruges.
I've always been a big fan of Club Brugge.
Yeah. What a film in Bruges was. There you go, it was. Good film, that, to be fair. Does Mignolet have a highlight reel? I'm sure he probably does. He did have some good games for us, banter aside. He did have some good games for us, Mignolet. He did have some shockers as well, but look, it would be disingenuous of us to not remember that he did have some good games for the football club.
It's always good at penalties.
Yeah, there you go. That'll do. SpongeBob can fuck off, said Stephen Richards. Bit harsh, mate. Bit harsh. I'm thinking Aki's more mistakes in him. I need a rock solid partner like Dunk, said Morton. Yeah, that is. People that I know that have watched Aki quite a bit have said that he can be caught ball watching at times as well, which isn't unusual for young centre backs. Although I say he's young, I don't know what age he is now, Aki. He could be one of those like Jesse Lingard that we're still talking about as a young lad, but he's fucking 27 or something.
He is 24.
There you go. Does that qualify as young these days? I don't know. I would have thought so for a centre back, but young. Then when you see Elliott like playing at his age, and you see Joe Gomez and Trent the level they're playing at as well, it's I don't know what does class as a young centre back anymore. Sonny said, Craig, I love you, dude. Love you too, mate. Thank you very much for the kind words. There is a Mignolet highlight reel, said Bagsy. There you go. Kate said, quick update for late incoming. Mignolet moving on to Club Brugge, Kate, is one thing that's happening. We've just basically reflected on the game today, mate. Nothing really else. I do have some bits and pieces that I'll talk about in a few minutes as well. But while Connor's been on, we've just really been reflecting on the game, talking about Simon Mignolet.
Sorry, wait. We have an absolute genius in the chat. Loser pool. How do they think of this?
Oh, where is he? Hang on. Where oh, it's this unseen blade guy.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
How do you come up with that? That's genius. How does we're dealing with genius here?
It is the play on
Generational.
words, mate. Have you ever thought of applying for the job of what is the poet, the fucking highest poet in the land in the UK and Ireland? What are they called? The poet laureate. Is that what they're called? I think it's
Something like
poet
that.
laureate. I think you should apply for that job, mate, because you're clearly a fucking genius. Loser pool, yeah, it's not something I've ever heard before. I'm very surprised. Well done. Congratulations to you, mate. It's good to see your education wasn't wasted. You're a really underrated YouTuber. I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult, Sonny. I'd like to take it as a compliment, but thank you. A lot of people do say that the channel looks like or feels like a channel that will higher numbers, but look, myself and Connor are absolutely over the moon to be where we are 16, 17 months into what we're doing here, to be heading towards 20k. So yeah, it means the world to us that you guys have supported us from day one, because I'm not going to lie, we're still trying to figure out how the fuck it's happened.
It is mental.
It is. I keep saying it to you, what, how? Wake up someday and just think this is all just going to collapse. This house of cards is going to come down and we will have been as exposed as chancers somehow.
Yeah, when you think of how many people that actually is, it's mind-boggling.
It is, yeah, it's mad. But for those saying kind of things, look, as we've said from day one, the only reason we are where we are so far is because of you guys and your support and your input and your love and your backing of the channel, and for that we will always be infinitely grateful. Even though Connor, as I said, talks about you derogatory behind your back, just know that I love you. That's the important thing.
Oh, thanks very much.
I wasn't talking to you, dickhead. You just fuck off and dream about space camp or something. Tell me, did you have the stickers up on your ceiling yet? Do you know the ones when the lights go off, they sparkle?
Haven't just yet, no. I'll get some in Florida.
Feel free to dip into the YouTube money, mate, to treat yourself.
Hope I'll buy many with that.
No, you won't, to be fair. Actually, saying that, Sabrina had them in her room when I started going out with her. I think they're still fucking there. That's how lazy people can be. Still up on the ceiling.
Jesus.
Luke said, "Hey Craig, just on a 12-hour gym training session for next Wednesday and I'm shattered. I'm sure that can't be healthy." I mean, clearly I'm not a man that should be giving out fitness advice to people, but 12 hours, mate. That's surely overdoing it, Luke. Take care of yourself, mate. Don't do yourself an injury. What else we got? Huh?
12 hours? Oh, fuck me.
Someone asked me a question about you yesterday, actually, Connor. They said, has Connor started some kind of what's your man's name? The lunatic that was on Joe Rogan, the guy that has
Alex Jones.
Yes, has Connor started an Alex Jones type channel?
Why did you think that?
I have no idea. It was a complete shock to me why they asked it, but somebody did ask, has Connor started an Alex Jones type channel?
Is there someone who looks like me doing something?
No idea. Haven't got a clue. But yeah, I don't know. I know you do have.
I mean, I'd definitely be up for that. I would love to do that.
If anybody wants to get in touch with Connor about that, Alex, if you're watching, mate, Connor's willing to help you out. Poet laureate, thank you, Brian. I thought that's what it was. All right. Virgil should have taken a penalty. Cam as you like. Matic should have taken a penalty because he wouldn't have had much pressure because he got us into that position in the first place. Look, I suppose when it comes to penalties, it's just a matter of the manager asking who wants to take one, and it goes from there. I don't know, for those watching the stream, you probably remember I said at the time I didn't like the look of Gini Wijnaldum when he was stepping up to take that penalty. He just looked confused, nervous, and not somebody who was about to slot one into top bins like.
Yeah, I actually missed that. My stream just skipped like half a minute for some reason, and he just missed it already.
Not a great time for the L stream to skip, to be fair.
No, culture internet. Same with that Cakir chance, actually. The ball just fell to him and it just froze. And I was like, oh, for God's sake.
I hate when that happens, when you have a stream like that and it's
I was just starting to like sit forward in anticipation and suddenly just, gone.
Always happens. Will said Liverpool likely to sign a replacement goalkeeper before the end of the transfer window, which is good news and look, needed as well, to be fair. LFC 8092 said, I want Gomez to partner Virgil, but Matip showed today why he's ahead of him. And I you know, you're not on your own in saying that, buddy. I've seen a couple of journalists mention the same thing, and I'm with you. I'm fully on the camp of Joe Gomez being the long-term partner, but Matip did look pretty damn good today again, Connor, when he came on.
Yeah, I love him. He was brilliant today again. Solid all last season. Like, is there any thoughts on the three at the back, do you think? With him, Gomez and Van Dijk all playing?
I've for a long time said I would like to see Liverpool go and try three at the back, but I just don't think we have the personnel if we were to try to do it long term, because one or two injuries and we're fucked. You need six centre backs probably if you're going to play that system.
Yeah, so we have then we have Lovren if he doesn't go, Vandenberg, like fairly young. Fabinho probably could slot back, but yeah, you probably need another two good centre backs really.
Yeah, you're in a position there where you're moving people out of position to cover if needs be. And as you said, Vandenberg, a lot of pressure there, and a young lad. Yeah, I can see arguments for it, but I just don't think we have the personnel for it at the moment. But that being said, maybe for one game as a surprise or as a quick change of formation, if we're looking to get the wing backs further forward or something like that, maybe even negate the need for having Fabinho ahead. If you go for three at the back and push your two full backs further up, it's interesting. There's definitely an argument to be made for it for certain circumstances.
Yeah. What was the game? Was it Brighton last year? We had like Wijnaldum at centre back for a three to back.
Oh mate, my memory's shocking on specifics
It
like that.
was the most random fucking selection of all time. Wijnaldum was playing like right side of a three to back.
That is mad. Connor, you look like Van den Berg, said Stephen Richards.
Don't see it.
You've been denying your ginger heritage, mate, for a very long time.
I'm not ginger. I'm some
Strawberry
sort of
blonde.
blondie brown, some sort of shitty brown or blonde. I don't know, something that way.
Yeah, you're a what is it? A gingette? Is that what I'm calling it? A mixture of ginger and brunette.
That sounds worse. I'd rather be ginger than that. That sounds horrible.
Well, do you have a soul? There's the question we need to ask.
That's a good question. I think that's a question for another day.
Keep saying that to me, missus, when she winds me up. I say, shut the fuck up, you soulless fuck. That's the type of love you get in our household, by the way. Don't worry, she can absolutely dish it out. Trust me. To be married to me for all these years.
Before.
Yeah, she threatened to kill Connor. I'm not even joking, and I didn't even know about
with
this.
my own shoes. With my own
Connor
shoes.
just messaged me going, "Why is your wife threatening to kill me?"
I did deserve it, to be fair. In a way.
Yeah, and I would worry about that threat, mate, much more than any of the nonsense we get on here. People telling us they're going to beat us up when we go to Liverpool. Now that's, I'm often glancing at her in my sleep, going, I swear to God, I'm never pissing her off, because she will go full on Lorena Bobbitt on me at some point. I hope people got that reference, by the way.
I didn't, but laughing at.
She cut her husband's penis off with a scissors or a knife.
Oh, okay, could have just like not said.
Just got in. Happy to see Kate doing so well. Said Rabadan, thank you very much for the super chat, mate. Yeah, it's great to see Nabil coming back. I'm expecting big things from this season, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain as well. They will give us options in midfield, Connor, options that we didn't have a lot of the time last year when Kate and Oxlade-Chamberlain were injured.
Yeah, it's always good to have more options back, and like even to be settled in more this year as well. And Ox come back from injury, or Chamberlain. Sorry, I'm not allowed to say Ox.
Yeah, I'm gonna invent a we had a whatchamacallit, a fucking what's his name? A fucking klaxon. We had a Buvac klaxon. We needed an Ox klaxon as well.
You just said it though.
I didn't prove it. You know, as we speak, somebody's cutting that up.
Go back 10 seconds on stream.
That deleting the stream as we speak, mate. Anyway, I believe Connor, you have to head off, mate.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there.
Everybody wave goodbye to Connor. It's a pleasure to have His Royal Highness on. He's going off now.
I'm waving as well. I'm doing that wave now where you like put your hand like the Queen wave, that kind of shit.
I didn't know Freddie Mercury had a specific kind of wave, but whatever. Right, anyway, Connor,
Right,
look, mate, it's been a pleasure. I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Well, it's your fucking show, mate. You know what I mean? Don't need to thank me. You own half of this bitch.
Yeah, you just have to let me on, that's it. Alright, thanks everyone for watching as well.
I'll talk to you soon, buddy. Bye bye.
That's it, bye.
Right, ladies and gents, it is just you and I. Oh, that feels weird. My ears suddenly the noise cancellation has gone. Right, anyway, let's get back to the chat and see how everybody's feeling. Bet at 10:30, big baby, said Shankly. Not for me. I'm going to be on here till about 20 past 12, or 20 past 11, I should say. So about 25 minutes left to go, ladies and gents. Buy to that coat too. The coat, Bernadette. We haven't spoken about the coat in a while. Loads of people saying goodbye to Connor. Brilliant. Look, Pep Guardiola came out with something today, ladies and gents, that intrigued me. I'm sure you guys have seen it as well. Pep Guardiola has come out and said that Manchester City simply couldn't afford to buy Harry Maguire during this window. I want to know your thoughts on that. I wonder, and I'm a cynical bastard, I know, but I wonder if this is Pep Guardiola preempting the whole FFP stuff and trying to make it look like Manchester City are trying to get their house in order, or that their house very much is in order. And as I said, I'm a cynical person, but that was my take on it when I read that. He also went on to say Manchester United have got themselves a very good player and wished them well and yada yada yada. But I want to know your thoughts on Pep Guardiola's statement. Diet Chav, of course, Gary. Of course, mate. Always here. Never not here. Naby's going to be an animal for us this season, said Liam. That's the FFP talking, said Stephen Richards, with regards to Mr. Guardiola. Was Brewster injured today? No, Mark, I don't believe so, mate. I just think he wasn't available in the 7 substitutes or whatever the options were for Jurgen Klopp. I did see him there with a baseball cap on with the lads. I just don't think he was in the matchday squad. Ban that Crosby, lad, said Brian Morris. I've been trying for a long time, mate, but he knows all the codes. You know what I mean? He knows where all the skeletons are buried. Nageb said Guardiola's lying about the money. It's simply about FFP. It's Pep claiming they haven't bought their success, said Patrick. Well, he did conveniently forget the other day that he signed Rodri as well, when he was trying to say they just signed Angelino in this window. Aguero or Mane, completely different players, mate, in completely different positions. 2 absolute superstars, 2 rock stars. Sergio Aguero is one of the greatest centre forwards the Premier League has seen. Sadio Mane, look, I love Sadio. I mean, it's different players though, but I would take Mane because of his age. If that helps you out, because Mane's a few years on Sergio, but Aguero is a quality act. Maguire's overpriced, said Gary Richards. Molla said it might have been because they didn't want to spend 85 million on Mr. Slabhead. That could be genuinely true as well, mate. I mean, I've got to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'd say if it was to make it look like he's not just buying the league, said Gavin Ennis-Rossiter. Pep Guardiola is scared of Liverpool. I like it. I can definitely get on board that train. He was getting a bit worked up today, wasn't he? I mean, in fairness, so was Kloppo, but Guardiola was losing his rag at a couple of occasions today. Peter Van der Shan said Maguire for 80 million. They've been ripped off. I like to say 85, Peter, because that's the higher amount. Could well be 80, but it's more fun saying 85. Even if one person in the media said 85, that's the number I'm running with. Morton said, in fairness to Pep Guardiola, City are much more responsible in the market than people give them credit for. It's very complicated to say, because yes, they haven't gone out there and splurged 150 million on a player. But if you were to go back to the times where they were signing, what's his name? What's your man's name? I keep going to say Fabinho, but no, not Fabinho. Before him, God, what was the guy's name? Robinho, yes. When they signed Robinho, when they were signing players like that, when they were bringing in Sergio Aguero, when they were paying 50 million for fullbacks, it's easy to forget about those figures being as big as they were in that day and not allowing inflation. Again, it's not a subject I'm qualified to talk about, but they did pay a lot of money back in the day for players. Now, I'd love to know with inflation what that value would be now. But yeah, they've been more responsible, I think it's fair to say, and I was genuinely surprised as well by their apparent wage list. It's not as crazy as I would be expecting it to be. Stephen Richards said Rodri was invisible today. I thought he did a few things well, a few things not so well. He gave the ball away on a couple of occasions, but didn't have the presence today of a Fernandinho. I think that's fair to say. Luke Trim said, Craig, did I forget to mention that I'm related to the... How can you say late great Kenny Dalglish? The man is well and truly alive, Luke. If you're related to him, pal, I find it very hard to believe that you're saying that he has passed away, mate. So, I'm defo either very worried about the phraseology that you used there, or I'm dubious, mate. I think it's fair to say. Pep's getting the writing on the wall with regard to Liverpool this season, said Patrick. Guardiola's scared of Klopp, said Nageb. I saw Pep got a yellow card. Is that a warning or something? No, managers will be given yellow cards if required this season from referees. They spent 200 million on fullbacks. They basically fucking invented the 50 million fullback mold, mate. I'm with you on that one. Can't wait to see our cup teams, hoping to see Brewster, Hoover and the other kids get a run out. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm very much looking forward to seeing Kiana Hoover, Rian Brewster, maybe Nat Phillips. I'm very intrigued to see what happens with Curtis Jones as well between now and the end of the window. SummerSlam in 7 days, so we could see Pep versus Klopp, said Alex. What else have we got? It's also Sir Kenny. Exactly, Scotty. Good point, mate. Where does Harvey Elliott fit into our squad? He's going to be in and around the first team, Gary. That's one thing I will say. I remember a couple of journalists went out of their way to let it be known that Harvey Elliott was brought in to be a first team player for this season, even with his young age. He looks a kid that's full of confidence, mate. I don't expect him to have a massive impact this season, but it is definitely an intriguing question, buddy, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing how Klopp does utilise Harvey Elliott. Larouci as well, another good suggestion there for Peter van der Schaans. And Larouci, one of the standout players, particularly the young players for me in pre-season. Bundles of energy, overlapping runs down that wing, not forgetting his defensive responsibilities. Like many young fullbacks, his defensive work could be tweaked a little bit, and I'm sure it will be, but he definitely showed a lot of promise in pre-season, mate. We were going into this, for me anyway, going into this pre-season thinking that Adam Lewis was going to be the guaranteed backup to Andy Robertson, but Larouci has certainly made a case for himself. He's been very good in pre-season. Malton, in fairness, PSG were the ones to inflate the market with that Neymar transfer. Again though, mate, I'm going back before that. Like City were making moves before that as well, but yeah, you're right, that the Neymar and Mbappe deals were complete piss take. To say that they got Mbappe on a loan for a year as well, just to get around FFP, was a complete joke. I think we found our attacking spark again, like last year. Didn't quite have the attacking spark, said at FC Mane. Craig, have you seen on Instagram with two sets of fans fighting? Yeah, I did. It was on the tube in London. It looked, look, I don't want to point the finger because I don't know the circumstances, but it was certainly seemed to be more from a Manchester City side to me. But again, I don't know the circumstances, which is why I haven't really touched on it during the stream today, but I have seen it. Boy is only 5 subs away, ladies and gents. 5. Be lovely to get him there on the stream. Be lovely to see Anthony celebrate. If you can go over LCFC Boya, please do subscribe. Get him to 1,000. I mean, Steve's got it on this stream, which is brilliant. Delighted for Steve. It would be lovely as well to see Boya get it, because I tell you what, the man deserves it. He puts in the shift. I like Harvey Elliott's quickness of play. He moves the ball nicely, said Patrick. What else have we got? Dybala, yes, some more good news. It looks like Dybala won't be signing for Manchester United. The media are reporting that Manchester United ended their interest because of the player's wage demands. How I like to see that is that Dybala went, if you want me to go and play Thursday night fucking football in Manchester for those frauds, then I want a shit ton of money. I want Alexis Sanchez-esque money. And basically his agent said, yeah, and while I'm at it, I'll have a shit ton of it as well. And to save face, basically it's gone to the media to say that United pulled away because of the wage demands. Look, the truth is he didn't want to go to Manchester United. That's the truth. That's what we've all known for a while. And look, people can say you're having a cheap dig at Manchester United. I'm having a dig at where they are at this moment in time. Much like where we were 5, 6, 7 years ago as well. We've been in that position. Sometimes you do have to overpay, and it seems like maybe United did draw a line to say, okay, there is, we know we have to overpay for a specific talent if we want them and we're not in the Champions League to convince them, but whatever this number was, it doesn't seem that anybody was willing to go that high. People are saying we weren't letting them on the tube. I've no idea. As I said, I can't comment. It's unfair of me to really comment about a situation that I've no real information on. I just don't like seeing any violence amongst fans, full stop. There's no place for that in the sport. That's one thing, the only thing I will add to that. Mal said, like before Neymar transfer, Lamar was valued at 40 to 50 million, whereas the Neymar transfer, Monaco suddenly has 90. Yeah. Do you remember that Liverpool and Arsenal last day, one of the windows, the last week of the windows, and that fee for Lamar was just ridiculous. And look, Lamar hasn't exactly been a raging success when he's made his move from Monaco. Red Hulk said United have a few days to sign a midfielder and a centre back. Well, they've got Maguire, to be fair. They're going to get that one over the line. It doesn't look like they're going to get Fernandes or Dybala at this moment in time. There was also some tenuous links for United to Mandzukic in the past couple of days, And it seems like they are still trying to get a deal in place to get Lukaku over to Italy, whether that be to Inter or Juventus, I'm not sure. Dybala to Liverpool next season on loan. Or it's on, sorry, said somebody, sorry. What do you think about the fans booing the national anthem? Do you think the club will get penalised for it? I don't know, is the honest answer. I'm Irish, so it isn't really fair of me to comment on people booing the British national anthem, or the English national anthem, sorry. It's not really my place to talk about it because it's not my national anthem. So I will leave that to Scouse people, English people to talk about it. It wouldn't be fair of me to talk about it. Mandzukic agreed terms apparently with United. Interesting is what I'd say. Mandzukic is a good player, but he's getting on in years. But like, he's definitely a good player and works very hard. That's one thing I say about Mandzukic. Love to see Oxlade-Chamberlain midfield on Friday, said Ibrahim. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Reds kicking off the full season, I should say. Sorry, against Norwich next Friday night. Of course, we will be covering it and we will be doing a watch along of it here on the channel. So I hope you can join us for that. 100% correct, Craig, said Brian Morrissey. I don't know what that was in relation to, mate, but it's very, very, very rare you give me credit, Mr. Morrissey. If it was about Mandzukic, then look, he really is a good player, a workhorse, and somebody who I think a lot of people have underestimated over the years. Shankly Spirit said, why do we praise folks more when they die? Praise me now. Okay, let's push on. Just 2 or 3 more years, we get titles of European Cups and we'll surpass United on annual turnover, said Morton. Look, we've definitely made great strides. Joseph Lipson, how are you, pal? Said top discussion, up the Blood Husky Reds. Look, I've given Blood Husky clothing a shout out before. Make some great clobber, they really do. Go and check out their Twitter account as well. Blood Husky clothing, absolutely top notch. Yes, you'll probably see myself and Connor wearing some Blood Husky tops down the line as well, because like Love Follow Conquer, like Fran from Terrace Ultra, like the guys for Hatscaffer Bads, we are blessed as Liverpool fans to have some really great boutique clothing manufacturers out there, and Blood Husky are amongst the best. So as Joseph, my friend Joseph there in the chat, please do go and check out Blood Husky on Twitter as well. We've missed Mane, said Steve. Yeah, we defo have Steve. And it's great to know that he's going to be back at Melwood tomorrow, training, getting ready, hopefully, to take to the field for the Reds against Norwich on Friday. I think you're big enough to get invited to see Klopp and the players. How do I phrase this? Because I've no interest in interviewing Jurgen Klopp or the players of Liverpool Football Club. And bear with me, here's why. Because I'd want to ask them questions that they quite frankly wouldn't be able to answer. Now, I'd love to meet Klopp. Of course I would. I mean, getting a Klopp hug would be a dream. But I would rather leave that interviewing to people who are more qualified to do it. Because I'd want honest answers about questions that they wouldn't be able to answer. So I don't see the point in doing it. But I appreciate the kind words, though. Who's your top 4 favourite players in the squad? The front 3 are all in there. And then you can add in Virgil van Dijk to that, probably. But it is difficult because I love Naby Keita as well. Love Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Defo unacceptable to boo the anthem. Said said LFC 1892. Again, I'm going to stay out of that conversation, mate, because it's not my place to do so. Gavin Ennis Rossler said, I don't care about the turnover, to be honest. I obviously want the club to be in a good financial place, but I just want us to be fighting year in and year out. They kind of go hand in hand to some extent, though, Gavin, mate. The strides that FSG, Michael Edwards have made over the past few years have allowed us to dip our toes into the transfer market, to give good contracts to Firmino, to Salah, to Mane, to bring in record revenues, to bring in new partnership deals. It is the side of football that as fans we don't really care about, and rightly so, because as you said, we want to see the team challenging on the pitch, and we want to see good players here, and we want to see good performances, and we want to see the stadium full. But unfortunately, mate, in this day and age, they kind of do go hand in hand a little bit, and we have been playing catch up for quite a long time. Okay, what questions do you ask Klopp that he wouldn't be able to answer? Honestly, I mean, so fucking many, mate. So many. I could name you 50 questions that I could ask, because you know yourself, they'll give you the PC answers. You could ask him 20 transfer questions that he wouldn't be able to give you an honest answer of. I could ask him questions about living in Liverpool, going out in Liverpool, his time at Dortmund, what type of a piss up the lads have after Champions League finals. Has he ever caught anybody in the club taking drugs? There's so many things I'd want to ask that you just wouldn't be able to answer. And rightly so, because he landed the club in a whole lot of hot water. Looks like Dillian White's going to be cleared. It had looked that way for quite a long time, Dara, and I actually seen Joe Rogan talking about him with Andrew Ruiz Jr. on a podcast the other day, and I was a little bit disappointed in Joe Rogan for the first time ever, because he said Dillian White pissed hot, and it was a little bit ill-informed because there was never any real proof that Dillian White had failed any test. There was some stuff came out from one particular outlet. Then he'd been VADA cleared, and they were talking about VADA being the pinnacle. Himself and Andrew Ruiz Jr. They were talking about VADA testing being the pinnacle of testing. Well, he passed all the VADA tests. It was the UK Anti-Doping Agency test apparently that was in question. So yeah, I found that a little bit frustrating, Dara, mate, if I'm being honest, listening to that Joe Rogan podcast at that time. And I love Joe Rogan, as you know. What else we got? Question the Klopp, what happened with Fekir? Yeah, another one, mate. Another question you could ask. We need to go and get Phil. That's what we need to do, said Raymond. Again, you can take some hints from what Klopp said about the fact that he loves Phil. He said, I like Phil, very fond of Phil, but it would take a lot of money, and that this isn't our year to be doing that. So I think we might be able, next year we're probably going to see some money spent again and some big incomings at Liverpool. That's just my take on it. Man United have signed Mandzukic and are paying him $7 million a year. Have they actually signed him? Again, I'm always playing catch up on streams about this type of stuff. As it stands, not seen anything on Sky about it, which is, probably the first place you would check. I'm just reading through tomorrow's paper headlines as well while I have it open. Tottenham with a deal for Lo Celso. What else is there here? Yeah, I have yet to see. Now, look, I'm not saying it won't happen. It could well happen. But $7 million a year, what's that, 140 grand a week? That's not too unreasonable, to be fair. Unless that's after tax, in which case then you're closer to, 250 grand a week, something like that. Score draw, very good Liverpool gear. So Pat Moynihan, 100% score draw, 3 retro, 2 very good friends of the channel, and been very good to us and giving away prizes and stuff. And again, as you said, Pat, 2 great manufacturers of Liverpool clobber, and of course other clubs stuff as well. Right, I have a couple more little bits and pieces. So Kloppo was talking about Liverpool's transfer window and said that Liverpool couldn't find solutions to improve the team during this transfer window. Speaking about it, he said, 6 weeks ago we started to make sure we're ready for the new season, but we've no solution in the transfer market that could solve the problems we will have during the season. That's the truth. We have to face the problem, find the solutions internally on the training pitch and go again. That's what we will try. We cannot buy the quality we have up front every summer and say, come on, we're bringing on another of this quality. That doesn't work, and it's why I don't like too much to discuss that concept. We have fresh blood, and fresh legs. Naby Keita is pretty much a new player. Oxlade-Chamberlain too. Ryan Brewster's a new player. Divock Origi's a new player. The rest can make steps and improve, and then afterwards we can talk about how they develop. So that was Jurgen Klopp talking about Liverpool's business or lack of transfer business this summer, and basically just saying that they couldn't find solutions in the transfer market that they felt were better than what they currently have there. I'll let you guys discuss that. I know everybody will have their own thoughts on it. Joe Rogan so popular. Have you seen Mike Tyson's similar format show? No, I've seen Mike Tyson on the Joe Rogan pod, alright, and I know Mike Tyson is opening up a weed farm as well, which is cool. I'm surprised more Chelsea players have not left after Hazard. I think the club just quite frankly wouldn't let them, Red Hulk, because they know that they can't get replacements in. So yeah, I think that's probably why Chelsea have had to not sell anybody else really. Salah showed why he's top 3 players in the world despite his misses today, said Ibrahim. Do you know if we'll target Heaton to replace Mignolet? It looks like the names in the hat are Etheridge and Adrian at this very brief time, mate. I don't know. Things can move quickly. Would you rather have Creevy and Kelleher as backup than bringing in a new backup keeper? Yes, I would. I don't understand the point of having these young keepers at the club if they're never going to get a chance, even as backup. I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. I mean, if we've got young goalkeepers at Liverpool, I would imagine that those goalkeepers are the best in their age groups and that there's every chance that they should be able to make a step up. Yeah, so yes, I do think Queeveen Kelleher should have gotten the chance. Grabara is another good young goalkeeper. I think he's gone out on loan though somewhere this year. I can't remember who because my memory's shocking. Linda White said, I believe we'll do more business after the transfer window shuts. So, what? I believe we'll do more business after the Premier League transfer window shuts. So other Premier League clubs try to hijack and push up the price. Werner, Sancho, Tar, Havertz keeping up at the clubs until 2020. Who do you support, Linda? I'm a bit confused by the statement. Sorry. Having a what's this? Having a Tetley tea and some chocolate hobnobs. Definitely the best Dunkin' biscuit. We did touch on that one last night, mate. I agree with you. Chocolate hobnobs are the kings. You support Liverpool. Then what do you mean do business after the Premier League transfer window shuts? You can't do any business after the window shuts. That's why I'm a bit confused. But you say we will do more business. Once the window shuts, that's the end of it. There's no more incomings. The window shuts, by the way, for those who are a little bit uncertain, at 5 p.m. on Thursday. Premier League transfer window shuts. What's this? Why do you think can beat City this season in the league? Or who do I think can beat City in the league this season? Look, on a one-off game, mate, anything is possible. I don't know if that's what you mean, Ibrahim, or if you're talking about league positions. If you're talking about league positions, I think it will be between Liverpool and City, but anybody can beat on the day. We've seen Newcastle beat Manchester City last season, so you know the good thing about the Premier League is that it is very competitive, and on their day any team can beat any team. The arm around Fernandes from Klopp was like, you're coming to us, said Craig Adams. I don't know, ladies and gents. Look, I really don't think we're going to sign Bruno Fernandes. Do babies still eat rusks? Probably. Mine did when they were younger anyway. I think she means buy them for 60 million and get them in a year. Like, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure I'll allow Linda to hopefully come back in with a retort. I think done that one. I think she's putting in the groundwork and setting up signings for the next window. Yeah, if that's what Linda means, then I absolutely agree, 100%. That is, I think, what Liverpool do. We are looking 12, 18 months in advance all the time. We're very unlikely to make reactionary signings. Bruno going to Spurs? Don't think so. It looks like the Celso is going to Spurs, mate. And if he goes there, Fernandes won't go there. But it looks like the Celso was Spurs' first target all along. And a couple of newspaper reports tonight suggest they've agreed a fee. I don't know if it was 56 or 63 for Lo Celso, but there is talks of them agreeing a fee. Are you happy with Liverpool tonight? I am, especially the second half. Sorry. Yeah, second half, Brandon, as you said, or Brendan, was very good. We absolutely battered Manchester City in that second half. So yeah, it does show that there is good football in there, and it does show that we're getting towards full fitness, and it does show that we are capable of putting in a good level of performance. Now, it's all about hitting the ground running next Friday when the Premier League kicks off against Norwich, and quite frankly, I think we can all say that we expect nothing less than 3 points there, with all due respect to Norwich. It is at Anfield. We haven't lost at Anfield in 2 full seasons now in the Premier League, so yeah, I'm looking forward to a good season ahead. And the second half I know we didn't win the Charity Shield, I know we lost on penalties, and fair play to City, but it did fill me full of confidence for the season ahead. Klopp waiting for Sancho or Mbappe, said nice day. Ibrahim said, would you love a midfield of Oxlade-Chamberlain, Fabinho and Keita? Yes, but again, it depends on who we're playing, mates. Like horses for courses. That is a nice looking midfield, though, I won't lie. Krishna said, lack of creativity by our midfield, especially Henderson and Gini trying to dribble in an area where we need to improve. Hopefully Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain can fill this void. Look, it wasn't either Hendo or Gini's best day today. I think that's fair to say. Nagab said 58 million agreed for Lo Celso, for Spurs I should say. Only 3 subs left for Boya to get. Ladies and gents, surely there's 3 of you that haven't yet subscribed to Boya that can jump over and get the gentleman to 1,000 subscribers. I would love him to get there on the stream. Steve has got there with his, and just 3 left for Boya. I don't know if Boya is still in the chat or not, but if somebody can put a link in to help people out to get to his account nice and quickly, please do hit that subscribe button and get Anthony those 1,000 subscribers. Anurag said, love from India. I support Liverpool, although I'm an Arsenal fan. I think you mean you like Liverpool. But anyway, either way, mate, thank you and welcome, and it's lovely to have you with us. Who's the best dribbler in the team? Is it wrong that I've literally thought of physical dribbles down your chin when you mentioned that, mate? Or down my multiple chins, in my case. Salah's pretty good dribbler, to be fair. Oxlade-Chamberlain is good on the ball. Lallana is another one that we can't underestimate his dribbling abilities. What else have we got? Jack Clark said, big guy, disgusting. No fucking clue, mate, what that's about. You don't have to read my name out, but honestly, the amount of haters we have is so good to me. It just shows. Yeah, obviously, I'm not going to read your name out there, mate. I couldn't possibly read that out. We'll just call you Little times 10 or Lil times 10. Shows we're the team to beat and sets the benchmark. You're right. You only get haters, mate, when you become relevant or when people fear you. So I absolutely agree with your comment. Yeah, it is good to have haters in anything in life. If you've got haters in any walk of life, you know you're doing something right, or you know you're at least relevant anyway. What's disgusting though? You're losing me here. Can't wait for Goldbridge in your show tomorrow, said Ibrahim. Thank you. I'm very much looking forward to having a chat with Mark. 9 p.m. Keep an eye out for that one tomorrow. And as soon as that's finished, we'll be going into the late night agenda again. Although we'll probably be about 9:45 for the late night agenda tomorrow. But yeah, Mark Goldbridge coming on from 9 o'clock. He'll be fuming, said Ibrahim. I'm very interested to see actually what his reaction is to United's transfer business and other clubs in and around them, their transfer business. Matt Tips, an underrated dribbler. Good show, Tom. Yeah, we know he likes a little foray into the opposition half. Craig Adams said Robbo's a very good dribbler as well, after watching the Duncan video. Mo said Jamin is the best dribbler for him. Thoughts on a Reina return? Not going to lie, Aaron, I wouldn't mind it at all, mate. I mean, as I said before, can you imagine the training ground with Pepe Reina and Alisson Becker, you know, egging each other on, pinging balls out, practicing distribution, teaching Queevy and Kelleher? I wouldn't mind it one bit, mate. I'm not going to lie. John Cable said, good if the ball didn't cross the line and Walker got back to hoof it away. Yeah, that and Van Dijk. Wasn't it Van Dijk's effort that went off the bar and bounced on the line as well? We just don't get the little rubs, do we? But look, Walker was great defending from Kyle Walker to get back and clear that one off the line, in all fairness. We need a creative midfielder, said Nageb. Yeah, I mean, I think we need another attacking wide player, but I can understand the shouts for creative midfielder. Nabi also has a good dribble on him, said Luke. Or he said good dribble thing. Sorry, I fucked that up, Luke. That's my bad. As you've both just been on holiday, will you be comparing tans? Don't think so. I hope he had a good holiday. I mean, I know he did. I spoke to him, but yeah, I don't even know where he was actually. I never thought of asking him where he was on holiday, but I hope he had a good time, himself and his family. It's good to get a break, and you need it. But you know, Mark puts the work in. I like to think we put a lot of work in on the channel as well, and you'd be surprised how mentally draining it is to come on every single day and do this. And look, I'm not complaining, I love it, and I know Mark does as well, and it's like a drug coming on here and doing this stuff. So yeah, it'd be good to catch up with Mark. It'd be good fun. Kane said, Craig, we played so well in the second half. And Mane, LFC, yes, only mods can add in links, mate. Yes, that is correct. And there, Steve has put it in. 2 subs to go to 1k for Boya. Come on, there's the link from retrounlim.com. The link right there to Boya's account. 2 or 3 people, bang on that link, hit the subscribe button and make Anthony a happy man. 1 to go. Linda White said 20,000, almost there, mate. Thank you, Linda. I'm humbled that we're heading towards 20k, Linda. I really, really am. Never thought we'd get there this quickly, and hopefully we can get there before the Norwich game. Or, I'm not going to lie, the kind of target I've set myself is by the end of the Norwich game. I'd love to have hit 20k. But look, we are where we are and we're doing brilliant, and I'm so grateful. Very confident after watching the boys today. Love a signing, but we're looking the business again, and that's without Mane, said Craig Adams. Yep, exactly. Still got to drop Sadio in there to that front three as well. Brendan Smith said you do a good job and it's very appreciated. Thank you so much, Brandon. It's a team effort though on here. Honestly, it's one thing me coming on reading comments, Connor doing the brilliant thumbnails and stuff, but without the community and the closeness that we've got with people on here, the channel wouldn't be a success. One thing that we always hear from people when they come in is that the people in the chat are warm and friendly and welcoming, and it's not a cesspool full of hatred. And we work hard for that, because we probably could have had another 5,000 or 6,000 subscribers, but we've booted out loads of people because they've been trolling or they've been abusive, and that's not the type of environment that we want to create on here. Now look, I know I'm not perfect. I say things I shouldn't say. In fact, today I probably said a couple of things I shouldn't say, and I know that I annoyed somebody whose opinion I hold very dearly today, and I've messaged that person. to clear things up. But yeah, look, sometimes in the heat of the moment, I'll definitely say stupid shit. Stuff that I would say to my friends that I probably shouldn't say on a stream. But that being said, we do try and create an environment where people can feel they can come in and share their opinions in a safe, fun environment. I'm also well aware that we have a lot of young people that watch the stream, and as a parent myself, I think it's very important to make sure that these people are looked after, particularly if I know that they're minors. That way I can keep an eye out to make sure nobody has a go with them. Kata starts on Friday, said Jay. I think you got the last sub, said our friend Lil times 10, which is what I'm calling you, mate. I can't pronounce the middle word. Sorry, well, I can pronounce it, I just ain't saying it. What's this? Boy has gone off stream, but congrats. Look, I will send Anthony a message. Just keep subscribing though. Get a couple extra from just in case. And get him over, like, get him to 1,005. It's always nice to get a few extra ones just to give yourself a bit of breathing room. Good game today. Surprised a lot of people, said Lee. Particularly second half, mate. Yep, we definitely stepped it up. John Cable said we look good against City today, although we lost on penalties. We could have won it in normal time and looked the team most likely to win it. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that is fair. First half, City were a better side, but second half, we absolutely battered them. And I can't deny the fact that City had a great chance to go 2-0 up as well, Raheem Sterling's effort. But after that, I think we did start to squeeze them. And look, if you go to penalties and Manchester City score all 5 of the penalties, then look, they deserve to win the penalty shootout. No argument there whatsoever. Craig Adams said, top channel, mate. Can remember what I did with my time or before the 9:30 every night. Yeah, same with me. I don't know. I can't think of a time, mate, where I wasn't on doing this stuff. Gonna get a podcast in the bank as well this week, hopefully with Dave and Cash, so keep an eye out for that one as well. Brian Morrissey and myself will probably be putting together the first Fantasy Premier League show for hopefully Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we will be starting our Football Index stuff from Thursday. So I'm very excited to be in the Football Index stuff, so please do keep an eye out for that as well. Jack Hamilton said, Craig, I'm a minor, I'm 14. I appreciate you letting me know that, Jack. Thank you, sir. I thought Brewster would have been on the bench today. Yeah, I was unsure what to expect Neil myself, but yeah, he wasn't, as we know, and maybe he will be on Friday. Let's just wait and see. We showed some great squad depth today, said Patrick Lal. Salah hasn't been the same player since Ramos. Still good though. I don't buy into that, to be fair. He had an amazing first season, and I don't want to even give Ramos the credit for maybe Salah not getting the same amount of goals, because I despise that man. Who I believe is a drugs cheat, by the way, Sergio Ramos. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. There was a rumour that he failed a drugs test, and there's also been rumours that he has missed other drugs tests. I have to throw around the word allegedly, because it is allegedly, because he hasn't been banned. But do read up on it if you want to find out what I'm talking about. I'm sure there are journalists there who have written about this from a far greater position of intellect than I. Are you pissed off at City fans fighting us on the tube? I'm pissed off that there's violence in football, full stop, mate. There's no place for it in the sport. Families should be able to bring their kids or themselves or groups of people to football games. They don't have to worry about mindless fucking idiots fighting on the tube because they're pissed up or whatever. And I'm not pointing finger of blame at anyone here, because I don't know who was at fault. I've seen the video, but my only real impression of it is I don't want that in the sport. I don't want kids having to look at that. I don't want people travelling having to go through that type of nonsense when they're going to and from a football game. Particularly grown ass fucking men. I mean, come on. What are they trying to prove here? Might as well just have got their fucking lads out to show who has the biggest one. It's just ridiculousness. Couple of cans of Stella in them and think they're fucking Rambo. Wait, what else we got? Salah's boss, arguably the best in the world alongside VVD. 3-season wonder incoming, said Connor. Nice one on Boya. Steve's after going past 1,000 as well. He's on 1,009. I'm fucking delighted for both of them. I really am. Two nicer guys you wouldn't meet. Steve's been very supportive of us since day one as well. And obviously we know Anthony. We really like Anthony. He's a top lad. Delighted to play a tiny part in getting the two guys there, because they deserve it. They put the work in. But do keep subscribing to both the channels, ladies and gents. Look, I think it's time to say goodnight. My voice is starting to go. It's been quite a long day as well after doing the watch along and then this one. If you've enjoyed the stream, ladies and gentlemen, whether you're watching this live or you're watching this on playback later on, firstly, thank you for giving us a try. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on, and give the stream a thumbs up. We'd also like to know your comments in the comment section below. If there's anything that we discussed today that you agreed with or disagreed with, we always love to know people's thoughts. As I said, 9 p.m. tomorrow, myself, Mark Goldberg will be on here having a chat. That will be followed up by the late night agenda. I look forward to seeing you all then. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Take care of your families. Tell your loved ones that you love them. And up the motherfucking Reds. Love to you all.